Hi, Everett Farnell with DirectResponseMarketingGenius.com. You caught me just after my workout. You can see I'm still sitting here in my workout clothes. It is absolutely fantastic to work out of the house. I can't tell you how fun it is to be able to come in here, plop down after a workout, and make a video, throw it up on the web, and call that work. I mean, it's just fantastic. I get to talk about it, things that I love to do. I get to focus on things that I love to do. I get to read. It's just absolutely wonderful. I love to read, by the way. So here we are. And what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about advertising campaigns. You see, a campaign means a system. It means something planned. It doesn't mean random acts of advertising. And that's unfortunately what too many business owners do. They advertise in whatever media the salesperson happens to bumble into their office. And I say bumble because most advertising salespeople I've ever met do exactly that. They just bumble from one business to the next small business in the hopes that they will eventually be able to sign somebody up and take some of your money. And hopefully you won't be watching too close because they'd like to come up and take some more of your money next month again. So as a matter of fact, let me tell you a story about this. I at one point was working with a small printing and direct mail company, direct marketing company. We did direct mail. We also, though, however, ran a business that went out and put door hangers on people's doors. So I shouldn't even tell you the name of the company because they're still in business. But what happened was we got an account. I got an account with a local restaurant, and the guy's name was Neil. I still remember it because it was spelled Neal, so it was kind of an odd name. But Neil gives me this piece. It's just a menu. There's no coupon on it. There's nothing. So I say to him, well, don't you want to put a coupon on it? Don't you want to put something on it so that you can get people in? Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. So we design a coupon, and I take it into the owner of the company. I say, made a sale. Here's the check. Here's this. Here's this. And I said, believe it or not, the guy was trying to do this without even putting a coupon on the thing. And the other company looked up and said, well, what do you mean? I said, well, he didn't want to put a coupon on it. He goes, well, why did he put a coupon on it? I said, well, I told him he should. And he goes, well, why did you do that? And I said, well, because he wants to know whether the business is coming in from it. He said, no, if we just hand out menus, he can't track. He doesn't know whether it's working or not. He'll just keep doing it. He'll just keep paying us every week to put out menus. If we put out coupons, then he can track where the business comes from. Now, this happened. The business was in St. Petersburg, Florida. The company I worked for, the restaurant, the company I worked for was in Tampa, Florida. And I still know the name of the owner of the company, which I won't reveal because I have a lot of respect for him. That little incident set to the side, I have a lot of respect for him, and I wouldn't want to take the off chance of hurting any of his business or hurting his reputation. But that's how most advertising is looked at by any advertising agency or any advertising media. They don't want you tracking. They don't want you to know where the money's going, where the money's coming from, whether their advertising is working or not. So what they want you to do is random acts of marketing that can't be tracked. Whoever bumbles into your office wants to sell you an ad. They don't want you to track it and look and see whether you make any money with the ad. They want you to run the ad through. Oh, you got to run it at least 3 times, otherwise you'll never know, etc., etc., etc. What I suggest is, number one, direct response, something you can track. You always want to do direct response advertising. You always want to do something where every dollar you spend is accountable, 100% accountable. Every dollar should bring in more in profit than a dollar. You spend a dollar, you make $1.50 in profit, and you got a customer. That's where you want to be. You don't want to be spending a dollar and not knowing how much profit that dollar brought in. So number one, you want to do direct response advertising. Number two, you want to have some sort of overarching theme or some sort of plan. You don't want to just scribble out an ad for a particular media. So you want to sit down, you want to plan your advertising campaign. What's your USP? That's your unique selling proposition. Who is your customer? And if you say everybody is, then nobody is. Because you should have enough money and live so long to be able to get everybody interested in your product or service. So who is your customer? How do you get to them? See, if your customer is sports enthusiast, you don't want to run an ad in the business section of your newspaper. Make sense? I hope so. So, what's your USP? Who's your customer? How do you get to them? What offer are you going to make to them? See, this isn't enough. An offer might be enough. Might be enough. Some offers can also double as USPs. But what offer are you going to make to them? So you have to make a campaign. You have to make a plan. And then you should probably fill out your calendar with different ways of marketing. How are you going to market to your customer base? How are you going to follow up with prospects? So you should have an advertising calendar, a marketing calendar. What are you going to do during July? What are you going to do during December? What are you going to do during November? What are you going to do during October? You don't just want to randomly start shooting at the wall. This is how you get customers in your door and how you get sales and money in your business. This is the lifeblood of your business. The last thing you want to do, is just run an ad or not run an ad willy-nilly, depending on what salesperson bumbles into your shop. So there's a lot of work to do to make sure you put together a proper advertising campaign, but it's worth every red cent. Every red cent you spend on it, every second, and time is money, so you can say a second equals a certain amount of money. So in that sense, worth every red cent you spend on it there. Cent you spend educating yourself, all across the board, time and money, it's worth everything you invest
in a proper advertising campaign. So go forth, create a proper advertising campaign, and prosper. And here's to your success, and I'll see you next time.